Welcome back. So we are in our TP-Link video tutorial. So we are now under the basic tab or menu. So it consists of network map, internet, wireless, USB sharing, and parental controls. So in network map, as you learned in our previous video, these network icons are clickable. So for example, internet, so it will check if there is internet connection to your TP-Link router. So if you scroll down, so it will also give you the relevant information that the internet is connected. You are currently using the dynamic connection type, and this is your IP address that from the DHCP server that was given to you to your TP-Link. And then you could click the TP-Link itself, and you'll have the wireless and 2.4 and 5 gigahertz connection. So you have wireless here, the SSID, you have the LAN, and you will also see which LAN ports are connected. So currently this demonstration computer is on LAN 3 and is connected in a negotiation speed of 1G. And then the rest of the icons, so under the router itself, so you have your wireless clients, you have 0 here, so if you click you don't have your wired clients, which you have 1, and it will show the host name, the IP address that was acquired by your demonstration computer in the LAN port. So by default it is doing a DHCP server at this range, so 192.168.0.100, and the MAC address of the demonstration PC. And finally, on the network icon, so under USB sharing, so you have your USB disk, so currently 0, so no device, and we will try to attempt later to plug in a USB flash drive. Next will be your internet. So for this demonstration, so we have PPPoE static IP, dynamic IP, L2TP, PPTP connection type. So it's currently set at dynamic IP, so we will try to set up as PPPoE. So we have configured in our upstream router a PPPoE server connection. So it carries the username and the password, and we'll try to supply it in our TP-Link router. So let's type in the username, PPPoE user1, and the password will be inquirinity. So let's check whether we have typed correctly. So it also allows secondary connection. So the PPPoE interface on our upstream router shares the same interface as the DHCP, but not the best practice of course, but again for demonstration purposes, so that we could have the secondary connection as dynamic IP or static IP. But let's leave it to disabled first, see if we can connect to our PPPoE. So we will click save, and before that I also purposely disconnect first the internet connection, so you'll see it connecting. So when you click save and we go to network map, so if you see here, and it is checking if it can connect, so the PPPoE status is not connecting because again I purposely removed the cable that is connecting from our TP-Link to our upstream router. So just to provide you a glimpse of how is it. So disconnected. So now let me connect the cable. So connect to the cable, and we'll resume again the connection, detecting this time, and it transitioned to connected, and hopefully in a short while it could get an IP address. Okay, so we are still waiting for the IP address, and it did get the IP address 10.100.100.100 from our PPPoE server and with the DNS server. So the gateway, that is the PPPoE interface of our upstream router, and the internet is back to check. Going back on our internet connection setup, so we have specifically clicked disabled or selected disabled on our secondary connection. So what if we'll select dynamic IP? So our primary connection type will be PPPoE, but TP-Link allows us to have a secondary connection. So just in case some issue with the PPPoE service, this dynamic IP will kick in. So let's click save and see what's difference it make if we will select it. So click on here and we still see our PPPoE connection. So let's check whether the secondary connection will kick in if we purposely disable or turn off the PPPoE services in our upstream router. So currently our internet connection setup is in PPPoE, so it's getting this IP. So we will purposely disable this one. So our left side is TP-Link, our right side is the upstream PPPoE server. In this case is MikroTik. So we will have this active connection gone. So PPPoE service server and click disabled. So let's see the active connection. So currently it's connected here, but let's see. So currently PPPoE connection is failed, and see the IP address of nothing. So see if it will kick in sometime or it's not. So dynamic IP. So the DHCP server in our MikroTik is still in operation, so default config. So let's go back here and let's have the internet connect. So it's still showing disconnected, so please check the line quality with your internet service provider. How about let's just have the static IP instead. So static IP, so the IP address 192.168.88.254. Subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. Gateway is our upstream router 168.88.1, and we have our DNS servers, and it's optional. So let's select save and let's have our network map. Okay, still showing disconnected. Okay, but although it doesn't show here that the internet is connected, so this demonstration PC is behind. So this is the wired client, is behind this TP-Link router, and you see it has connection to the internet. So to prove that it's really going through this internet, although it's showing disconnected, if you go to the internet and it's currently on the static IP, and if I click disable and I'll click save and take a look at the ping. Okay, so I transition from static IP to disabled, and you take a look, the reply to Google DNS is now timed out. So let's select dynamic IP, so see if our connection will come back. So click save. Let's check on our network map. Okay, so our connection has come back. So even though our PPPoE is still connecting, because remember we have disabled the service, so it's still disconnected, but we have set it to the secondary connection dynamic, and our demonstration PC are still able to go to the internet even though the PPPoE service is down.